Hello, thanks for joining again. So special guest appearance by me since I'm not often in these videos. But Justin wanted me to talk a little bit about the garden and the progress that we've been doing. So we moved into our house a couple months ago now, and we were really excited because we've been wanting to have a garden and we weren't able to at our other temporary housing. So once we moved in here, we were able to do that. So first thing that we really had to do was we had to build a fence. So the previous person who lived here had kind of complained about having some chickens in the garden, and so we wanted to make sure we had a fence so we wouldn't invest a bunch of time and money into feeding our neighbors' chickens. So that was the first thing that we did. And then as you can see, it's pretty overgrown with weeds. So we actually had some people come and they got all the weeds out and they just kind of built the rows. And then actually one of our friends was able to help us get some seedlings, and we were able to do kale. So that was the first thing that we did. So why don't we actually go have a look at some of the stuff in the garden. So like I said, the first thing that we did was the kale. So that was our first crop, and it's actually doing really well. And then the next thing that we planted was some corn. And that's actually been growing pretty well too, as you can see. We did have some tomatoes that we tried, but those did not work so well. But we're trying some over here, and I'll show you these as well. So we tried the tomatoes actually in like a little pod. This is a little bathtub that we found that the previous people left here. So we've been growing a little tomatoes in here, and they seem to be doing better. And then we did actually plant some pineapple, even though it takes about 3 years to grow the pineapple, but somebody will enjoy this harvest. And then the corn is actually American corn all the way from Montana. So it's doing pretty well. So we're praying that we have a good harvest of the corn. So they actually grow maize here. So it's a little bit different. It doesn't actually taste as sweet as American corn, and it's a little bit harder. So hopefully ours does well. And then this is our kale here, and this is Kenyan kale. And over here, down here, we have a little bit of basil, and we have some green onions. We did try a few other things. We've tried some lettuce. We have tried a little bit of some other herbs, but that really didn't grow so well. We also tried some Swiss chard. That also failed as well. And then we actually have some squash here. This is our squash, which is actually starting to flower in some of these. And then this is our zucchini. And we have back here some watermelon. So we're excited to see. We also tried some carrots as well, but that actually did not take off as well either. So we're really excited to have these things. There's also some random things growing in here, like there's some banana back here. There's also some cassava and some lemongrass growing here that we didn't plant, but we're going to be able to enjoy as well. So we're really excited to be able to do this garden. We know that it's been such a blessing to be able to garden and be able to teach our kids a little bit of agriculture, and being able to just see the little bugs in the garden and being able to know what are weeds and how to care for plants. And there's a lot of biblical lessons that you can learn as well. And it's been a big blessing to teach the girls. We spend about 30 minutes to an hour every single morning weeding out here. So after they do their devotions, they get their boots on and they get old clothes from yesterday, and they come out here and they weed with me, or they water, or they just kind of help plant. So it's been a really nice thing for us to be able to do together, and really nice to do in the morning when it's not too hot. So we've been really enjoying that. And it started out that the girls really were not too excited about doing it, and they might have spent, 5-10 minutes, but now sometimes I'll go in and they are still wanting to weed and they want to finish a row. So it's really cool to see that sometimes they're out here for 30-45 minutes wanting to weed or plant, and they're just really excited to see how things grow. So it's been a huge blessing, and it's been awesome to kind of do a little bit more of that country living and country life, and have a little bit of land of our own. So I hope you found that interesting, and we'll see you next time. Bye.